Hi, everybody. We are bringing you another mindful series from AMP Educates, and we are talking a little bit about self-exploration and taking the time to do something fun and exciting for both yourself and others, and doing it in a positive manner. So when we are stuck at home, and as we spend these days kind of on quarantine and in lockdown, we get a little bit of disconnect from both our social life as well as our fun and entertainment. Now, those things do bring a positive aspect to our lives. They are undoubtedly the biggest happiness box you can check for your personal self. When you have taken that away, you're stuck with a lack of access to those happiness facets. And so keeping yourself positive becomes a much harder struggle. Now, when we were at home the other day, I sat here and said to myself, I don't know what to do. I don't have time to do a big project because I'm working on a much larger project for AMP. And I don't have time to call up a friend and spend a couple hours on the phone. I need something fun and exciting to do for 15 minutes for myself. And after having some discussions with my husband, he jokingly said, well, this would be one of those times that I would suggest you get out and go get your hair done. And we're in a situation where we can't do that. So upon further thought, I was pursuing my news feed, and a friend of mine actually had a brilliant idea. She runs a hair studio and makeup salon up out of Lake Tahoe, and she had posted this idea of using a temporary, non-permanent dye to give some entertainment and some fun, bring a little pop of color, try something new, especially since we're in lockdown and we don't have anywhere to go. I have no one to impress with my lovely, lovely locks besides all of you. So we decided to go ahead and give this a go. So follow along with us as we start this journey of self-discovery and playing with a brand new product that we hope will bring a little bit of happiness to you guys and maybe something fun for you to do for yourself or for your children. Hi everybody, we're back. I've just finished washing my hair. So now it's in a towel and damp and ready to go. So I'm being joined by my friend, Angela. I'm going to attempt her last name, Zajek,
Yes.
who is the owner and certified stylist at the Studio Raw up in South Lake Tahoe, who, strangely enough, was my wedding hairstylist. So I'd like you to all take a minute and meet my friend, Angie.
Hi, I'm Angie. This is my salon, and I'm very bored, and I'm sure you are too. So I hope this helps today. We'll have some fun.
For sure. I think this will definitely bring a little bit of an end to boredom, and that's what we're really bringing in to talk about. So for this process, it's not necessarily just a hair dye, is it?
Right. You think of it more as a conditioning treatment. It really was made to help people who have bright colors last longer.
Okay.
But in this boredom, and for fun, what we do is, hey, you can put this on kids, or you can put it on your own hair, and it'll leave like a slight tint. And so it's been really, really fun. Really fun.
Now, the process for putting this in, will you mind walking me through this and having a little chit chat about what are some pros, some cons, how
Sure.
we can do this?
Sure. So you want to think of like the lighter your hair, okay, I like to use this. Like, obviously, if your hair is this light and you put something on it, it's going to be like, oh my God. And if you put it on this dark, it's not going to show at all. Right?
It just depends on what your hair color is.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on the porosity, because somebody could put it on black hair and go in the sun and be like, is that like pinkish black?
Yeah.
So you really don't actually know what's going to show differently. And if somebody's hair is, say, orange, and you put this on, what does orange and pink make? It's going to be like a sunset, orangey pink, right?
That burnt orange kind of red look.
Yeah. So you're kind of making colors, like say you put turquoise on yellow, what are you going to get?
Yeah.
green.
You're gonna get a deeper green, that aqua green. Yeah.
So you kind of, that's why you have to kind of look at where you're starting first. And if you're starting with a blonde or, you know, a lighter color, you're gonna get a little bit more intensity. So you want to use this as a conditioning treatment. You don't want to think of it as really washing it out. You're gonna just rinse it out. So you're gonna, basically what I did today was clipped this up. I was actually in the shower and just did this huge chunk underneath and let it sit for like 5 minutes, rinsed it out lightly, and got out of the shower. And it's super conditioning. I mean, it is a conditioning treatment. So
my hair should be a little bit softer, manageable, as
100%.
well as have this cool color to it.
100%.
Okay.
And the longer you leave it in, the brighter it's going to be. So
okay.
I always suggest doing a little test strand if you're scared. Like if you're blonde like me, sometimes, you know, like say you do the color run and you get sprayed, you're like, oh my gosh, blonde people, it won't come out, right?
Right.
So if you're really blonde, you still need to recognize that. And kind of everywhere you touch, it's going to get, you know?
So no matter where you're touching, that dye is going to transfer to.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And it kind of looks pretty like as it spreads, you know, and kind of melts into the rest, but that's so noticeable on mine.
Yeah.
So anyone else, you know, you just don't want to think of like putting a huge glob and just like leaving it, because that glob is just going to be colored and nothing else.
And then just that there, right? That's it.
Yeah. So I would say, we're going to apply generously, and we want it everywhere if you're doing it all over.
Now, should I start by combing out and brushing out my hair, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So you don't want any rat's nests in there.
Okay. So while I comb my hair out, tell me a little bit. I have auburn hair, so I've got highlights of red and blonde, but if I had darker hair, what colors could I do?
So you could do the Bordeaux, which is like a reddish pink, but turns pink on a lot of people. Like this is actually Bordeaux, but this looks like hibiscus right now. But if I would have left this one on for, you know, 20 to 30 minutes, it'd probably be bright red. Instead, I have like a bright pink.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes. Now, if I get into this and I think, oh no, I made a bad choice.
Yeah.
How committed to this color and length of time am I? You know, how long is this going to stay and last?
Well, my last one, which was lighter than this, it was it lasted about 3 washes.
Okay.
And it just got like lighter and lighter, almost like that pastel till it was completely gone and no trace of it.
And it's just gone.
Yeah. And I'm super blonde. So it's really very temporary. Like you don't want to really do it to be like, whoa, I want to use this as like hair color all the time. But you could put it on your hair every time you wash it, you know?
It's a little time intensive. I think I'd probably book something with you at your salon to come in and get there something a little bit more permanent.
Yeah.
But definitely for playing with this. Now, if I were using this on a child, I'm doing this at home and I want something fun for my kids to do. And so I'm going to let them dye their hair. How young would I let them play with this unattended?
I would never play with anything unattended, only because that's just how I feel. I mean, it still has like a staining power almost. So, you know, it's the same. You don't want to get it in your kids' eyes, just like you wouldn't want to get anything in, and you wouldn't want them to make a mess with it by themselves. I always encourage maybe like a little bathtub fun. Try a little piece, take a mirror, super fun, but not like, hey, go, you know.
Go for it, go play.
Yeah, teenagers have been having fun doing like tips or, you know, like 5th grade and stuff, but you know, any younger, you're still entering into.
Well, you'd want to make sure they're not staining your tub, making sure they're not ruining towels. You know, so some adult supervision, but allowing for a little bit of creative free play still. For sure. Because
it's not harsh or, you know, it's not really
a bad
nasty
dye. It's just a little bit easier going dye.
Yes, exactly.
Now, so if I wanted to stretch this color, how would I do that?
So what you could do you can dilute it basically. You can mix like a little palm size with another mask or another conditioner. You don't have to think of it as like, oh, what am I mixing? It's going to have like some reaction. It's just going to make it like you would be painting.
Okay.
And you would be like adding water to your watercolor to spread it out and make it lighter.
Okay, that makes really cool sense.
Yeah.
I think you could get really creative with that. That's awesome.
Yes.
Now, would you suggest gloves for this process, or is the naked hand okay?
So rose gold is great with no gloves. Any other color in the line, I would use gloves.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't use gloves today with Bordeaux, but I was in the shower like ready to go.
Right.
But it was like, it kind of looked like a bloodbath. You know?
Right, when it's all over the tub and just right everywhere. Yeah.
It's pretty bright.
Well, we're gonna get into that here. So I have my Bordeaux and I have my gloves, and I've now brushed through my hair, and I have 2 wide tooth combs, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. So I'm gonna put my towel on. No getting it on my nice shirt. All right, my gloves.
Okay. So what I would do is, did you get a clip or no?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to do this. I just think it's easier. So take this part of your hair, basically ears and up.
Ears and up.
Get that out of your way.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect. And then take those hairs that are left over and split them in half.
Okay.
And I'm at my salon, so I see people on the street. They're like waving. Okay. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Now you can start. So
Okay.
take your Bordeaux and open it. Sealed.
There's a seal.
Not messing around.
No, they're like, none of this is, this is serious.
Yeah.
Look at that color. That is some pretty color.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
Put that cap back on before it lands on my floor.
Right.
All right. We got the cap on.
Okay. Put a generous amount in your hands.
Quarter,
Oh, more, definitely more.
definitely more. Like a small handful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
All
and
right.
then, just kind of, I would do just kind of together a little bit.
Smash it, rub it together, get it all over.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I would do one side at a time just for mess sake. Yep. And literally just mush it in there. Mush, mush, mush.
Coat.
As much as you can possibly like massage it in. Because the thing about it is, if you don't massage it in and kind of comb it through, it can be spotty, but your hair color won't show as much as mine would. Mine would be like a cheetah.
Smells good.
Yeah, it's literally a conditioning treatment.
This smells delicious. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yes. Moroccan is known for their
stuff smells really, really good.
Yeah. Their dry shampoo is really, really, really good too. The smell of it.
Okay, so have I massaged this enough and move on to the next section?
Yep, and go ahead and take your comb and just comb that right through now.
Okay, so take...
Yep. Perfect. And so you can imagine doing this in the shower too. You can, Yeah. It's just like if you have time to sit out and leave it, it's going to be brighter and more fun, and more conditioning.
So how long is too long for leaving it in? Like if I'm sitting outside and I'm letting this soak in for a little bit, how long?
It's just going to dry on your hair. Like say you were out in the sun, which is it's fine. But there's not really a too long.
Okay.
You don't want to like put it in and sleep in it because obviously it's going to get everywhere and stuff like that. But there's not like a crazy maximum amount of time, but you really, I know some people who have done 2 hours with it to try to make it really bright.
Now, will that last longer because I've let it in and get brighter, or is that going to have the same kind of turnaround time?
It just really actually depends on the hair and like the porosity of it and how if it's really damaged, it could hold color, like when you jump into a pool and your hair turns green and you can't get it out. It's kind of like that. Okay. So if your hair is kind of damaged and porous, it could have a harder time, but you are conditioning it in. So, you know, it's a hard question to answer, I guess. It depends on the person. So, but yes, typically the longer, the brighter. You know, the start, like I said, this was about 5 minutes, and this is really bright for me.
That is really bright. You've done a good job there. Now that I've combed this through, I have some extra on the comb. Am I supposed to be worried about that, or just make sure to not fling it on the floor?
No, it's kind of like everything that you just don't want to waste it. So really smush it up and get it on there.
Smear it back in as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. Yep. You're really all you're doing with that comb is just making sure it's getting more even.
Getting full distribution across the hair strands.
Yep.
Okay.
If you didn't have a comb, you'll survive.
Okay. So this is something that if I didn't have a comb and Amazon was taking 3 to 4 more days longer than usual, I could get by with my fingers while I was waiting for a comb.
Yes, for sure. It's just a lot easier to do it with a comb.
Now, let's pretend I had blonder hair and I was trying to do a little bit of blending of colors or more of an ombre look. How would that be different than what I'm doing now, and how would you suggest setting that up?
So what you could do, say you wanted to do 2 colors, you would kind of start with maybe like a darker color on the top, like this, and kind of apply it, and then stop it in the middle, and then take a lighter color towards the end. But the only way that that's really going to show on someone is if they're really light.
Got it.
Because you're not going to see that dimension if it's like a darker color.
A darker color. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, how do you feel I'm doing? Do I got pretty good coverage?
You're doing really good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pull this back to move my towel real quick. Okay, and do you think that's good coverage? Does that look good, or do I need to apply more?
Nope, that looks good.
Okay. All right, and then so I would assume we're just going to move to the top section.
Yep, just get it. Yep, now you can drop the rest and go to town.
So if I was doing this, say, to my 6-year-old niece who was looking forward to being a mermaid this summer, would you suggest a once a week, maybe once a month? Does it not really matter at all?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter because it's conditioner. It more matters just what the parent is okay with.
Is okay with.
If the parent is cool with it, then it's like, okay, let's play and have fun. I just always suggest doing the test strand so you really know how bright it's going to look on your hair. You know?
Is there a way to get it out faster? So say I was working on chunks of my hair and I got in and suddenly we can go back to work.
Yes. You just shampoo.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you could shampoo twice in the shower and it'll come out faster. Even if you just did it, if you put shampoo on top of it, it can get it out pretty good.
It can get it out pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So just think of shampoo as being your eraser.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no mistakes are permanent.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And that's why you don't put this on dirty hair, because you don't want to shampoo it out. It's the final step. Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
1 hour later.
So, and now that we've gotten this in and my hair is up, how long should I leave it in for, and then what should I do next?
So I always say the first time you should go less time, and that's going to give you your mark, So I would say, 5 to 10 minutes so that you see your test. If you really want to go for it, do 20 to 30.
Okay.
And that's what I would suggest.
All right. So that's a good amount of time to maybe load a dishwasher.
Yep.
work on something for schoolwork wise, and then you want to rinse it out. Do I want to be doing some heavy rinsing, or is this just a light rinse? Or
you want to, in your case, because it's really like mushed kind of in the scalp, you want to get it like off your scalp. Okay. So when you're back in the shower, you know, think of not looking down like always. Yeah. But just like more than ever to kind of go like this.
Lean back.
But you don't want to rinse it so much to where you're rinsing all the color out. So think of more like get that off and then rinse, get out and towel dry.
Okay.
Without a white towel.
Not a white towel. And am I going to see color run in the water for every rinse or just in the first rinse?
It's really, in my case, it's really been the first one. But sometimes when people saturate it like a lot and don't get all of it out, you're still going to have that kind of remnant.
Would the day after dyeing, should I avoid a white shirt, maybe potentially rubbing my hair against it? Or is that...
I think with the bright colors, you always kind of run the risk of like, say you get sweaty or something, you know, anything. It's just kind of like weird, and everybody's different.
Because this isn't necessarily soaking into the hair follicle. This is more sitting on top of the hair follicle.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, so, there's no ammonia. There's nothing to get into the cuticle. It's sitting on top conditioning, but the conditioner is going in there and really repairing. And that's what Moroccan's known for, so.
Okay, and then getting that really good deep condition as well as a little bit of fun color doesn't hurt anything at all.
Exactly.
Now, I know you are a salon owner and we're not open during this time. What are you doing to get by?
I'm selling as many products as I possibly can and running doorstep to doorstep and dropping them off with my full gear and my mask and my gloves, and I take these hospital wipes and I wipe everything off when I get them, and I've gone through like 200 pairs of gloves, and I know some people are like think gloves, you know, don't really help, but in my I just say just wear them, 1 pair per person, and I don't know, I just feel better about it. And I'm also shipping everywhere. I shipped to Pennsylvania, I shipped to New York, I shipped to you. I'm shipping everywhere. So
you hooked us up, which we love. Now, besides Bordeaux, where would I go to get a list of colors for these?
You know, there is a really awesome video about it on my Facebook page for the salon. I would start there. It's actually a Moroccan educational video. And that's just on my Raw Hair Studio homepage. And that one's pretty awesome. But you can kind of Google, you know, the exact mask, and you kind of see. And it'll kind of show you pictures of, you know, like this, for starting level and what it would look like. Yeah. On each hair. It's really cool, and all the different colors that they carry. But you can't purchase it like that. You have to purchase it through a salon. Okay. Typically. So
for contacting you in order to order these, what does that look like? How would it work? And then how long would it take for us to get it? And then that kind of thing.
So we're working on like an online store right now, but basically what I've been doing is, you know, you can Instagram me, you can DM me, you can write me on Facebook, you can text message me, like whatever, you can call me. Most people just want to text or inbox. And I can basically do everything, include my Venmo or PayPal information, because that seems to be the easiest no contact thing right now, but I can also take credit card over the phone, everything like that. And then I'm priority shipping. So everybody's been getting them unless there's some sort of mishap in 2 days. So it's going great. It's been really fun.
Beyond the Moroccan products, what are some of the other products that I can get from you? Because I am running out of my hair shampoo.
So we are pretty heavily at my salon into environmentally conscious, etc., great ingredients. And so we have gone more towards Kevin Murphy line. We're pretty obsessed with him. He uses ocean recyclable materials for his bottles. Like everything that he has is really compact in how he ships it. the ingredients are paraben free, sulfate free, everything free. They are actually PETA certified. They don't test on animals. Very, like, we love this company, so we sell a lot of that. We always carry Moroccan oil, every product in the entire line. We also sell another brand out of Australia, which Kevin Murphy's also in Australia. It's called 11, and that gives you a little more bang for your buck, and it smells really good. And then we sell a bunch of tools and, dryers and curling irons and wands and flat irons and crimpers and whatever.
Wait, they still make crimpers?
Oh yeah. We have this automatic crimper. It's so cool.
I'm gonna have to check this out. We're gonna
you like put it on and it goes.
I'm impressed. I just remember the 1980s crimpers. Where you would just like shove it in there and you'd hold it forever.
Heck yeah. I had those ones with the plates and they had like a star and a heart.
Yes.
They need to bring those bad boys back. Those were awesome.
Right? Those were super cool. I always felt like I was really in style when I walked around with hearts in my hair.
I know. Those things were just so cool.
So this has been absolutely fantastic. I appreciate, thank you so much for coming and joining us and helping us with this. I really encourage everybody to step outside of your boundaries during this time, explore something new, take that time to check in with yourself, try something fun, get engaged with yourself and your kids and anybody else. Do something fun while you're stuck at home, and this is a great idea.
It's really fun.
I really appreciate you spending the time with us. Thank you so very much, and I hope everybody on your end is staying healthy and safe.
Thank you. You too. I hope everyone is staying safe and know that this is not going to be forever and we can all be friends again soon.
2,000 years later.
After washing all of the product out of my hair and letting it naturally air dry, you can see that the color came out very vibrant, with lots of pinks, mauves, and that natural Bordeaux that's in there. It definitely still smells really that Moroccan oil deliciousness, and it's very soft and silky. It's very manageable and even a little bit more better than when I naturally condition this. And we've noticed that when we were washing the hair out, it definitely did do what Angie suggested, which was really dye the tub pink, but a good washout did clean that out. So if you're worried about your tub getting dyed, that was a little bit of a notice for us as well. I did have one spot that got dyed. The bottle, I didn't get the cap fully clean. Little elbow grease did get that out, but it was a non-porous surface as well. So just be cautious with that. When I saw the hair afterwards, I thought for sure that this was going to last, but she assures me that this is going to wash out pretty quickly. So we'll see how the color changes over the next couple of days, but it definitely is that bright and exciting color we were looking for. So from all of us here at AMP, we'd like to reach out to Angie and say thanks for bringing this fun and exciting experiment to our attention. This has definitely been a boredom solver and given me and those I know something fun and exciting to experiment and play with while we're sitting at home, giving me a little bit of a distraction that I needed. So from all of us at AMP, thank you for joining us, Angie. And we'd like to remind our audience members to like, share, and subscribe so that we can share more bright ideas with you. Now, could I use this dye on pets? Could I use this dye on anything else? What else could I do with this?
I wouldn't put it on pets just because of their licking,
Yeah.
I'd maybe do like one little piece to be funny. Or something like that. But I'd kind of look at it as the same as if you were going to do something on a baby. Probably not,
Okay. Makes sense. And, is there anything I should be cautious of doing while my hair is still wet? Or can I just go about my usual business and then be fine?
You can, as long as you're not, rubbing on anything or laying down or, touching your cat with your pink gloves.
Right.
Stuff like that.